When was the last time you just ate without doing anything else? As in, no reading, no scrolling, no watching something, no distractions, just you and your food. Has it been months? Years? Welcome to our first bathroom classroom lesson, The Science of Eating Mindfully. I'm Stephen Skolnick, Seeds resident poop scientist, and one thing that I've learned from doing the dirtiest of dirty work hands-on is that a lot of people simply do not chew their food well enough. Can't count the number of times I've been homogenizing a fecal sample, and I can still tell what the guy had for lunch the day before because half of it's still intact. So I'm here to tell you, if you look down in the bowl and you can still tell what something was before you ate it, that's a big sign that you need to slow down, put the phone down, and focus on your food. Because a good poop starts in the mouth. There's got to be a better way we can phrase that. See, the process of digestion starts the second something touches your tongue. As you chew your food, enzymes in your saliva go to work on the starches, converting them into simple sugars. And the experience of it, the actual process of tasting and smelling, is also really critical here. The signals from your nose and tongue tell the rest of your digestive system what to expect, because the chemical machinery for breaking down a pork chop is not the same as for a bowl of rice. So savoring your food, no matter what it is, gives your body the information that it needs in order to handle what's incoming, and gives it time to process and act on that information. And a lot of why this is so important comes down to what I would call easy nutrients and difficult ones. Easy nutrients are the things that your body is totally equipped to handle on its own. Fat, sugars, most kinds of protein. These are supposed to be absorbed in the small intestine, the 20 feet or so right after the stomach. If you want to absorb protein, it needs to be broken down into amino acids first. And that takes stomach acid, which has a hard time soaking in and doing its job, unless the food's already been reduced by your teeth into a smooth paste. Now, missing out on some protein is one thing, but the real trouble starts when all those easy nutrients that you didn't absorb in the small intestine make their way to the large intestine, which is where most of your bacteria live. They become bacteria food. And you're probably thinking, so what? We like our bacteria, don't we want to feed them? Well, yes and no. See, different foods feed different bugs. You see, when you're chewing your food properly, the only thing that really makes it to the large intestine intact is the difficult nutrients. Resistant starches, fibers like pectin, weird sugars like the raffinose in beans. Now, these are nutrients that our bodies can't break down without some microbial help, right? We just don't have the genes for it. But plenty of bacteria do, and the ones that are specialized in degrading those resilient scraps of food, those are the ones that are most positively associated with health. But if you're flooding the ecosystem with easy calories, like the protein and fat that you were supposed to absorb in the small intestine, you tend to feed the wrong bacteria. And a lot of times these are opportunistic pathogens, things that would just as readily chomp away at your intestinal cells if they could get to them. And the thing is, if you're rushing through your veggies and swallowing them half chewed because you don't like veggies, the ones that you are eating are kind of going to waste. Bacteria can only access material that's right on the surface of the food, and smaller chunks means more surface area, which means more room for those bacteria to grow and more access to that fiber. So I would encourage everyone, especially if you have gut issues, to try it for just one meal, giving your full undivided attention to the act of eating. Just what you're doing to the food and what your senses are telling you about how that's going. No screens, no music, no distractions. Turn the autopilot all the way off and just chew and taste and smell and chew some more. Don't use water to wash food down. You should be chewing well enough that you don't have to. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.